Okay. We are here. Hello, everyone. The first live stream. That feels kind of crazy. I don't know what to say. Is anyone here? Type something in chat if you are here. If you wanted to come, hang out, talk about Home Assistant dashboards, design maybe a little dashboard together, then you are in the right place. This is the first time I'm doing this with YouTube, so I don't know how this is going. Let me actually, I have one thing that I have to set immediately because I can't hear myself. No, it's not here. Oh, hello, hello. Hello from Sweden. Hello from Thailand. It's so good to see a lot of people. Hey, cool. Cool that everyone came to say hello. Oh my God. Yeah, there's a lot of people. What's up? Stuttgart, Czech Republic, Boston. So cool. Okay, let me really quickly. I don't hear myself. So, okay, now I can hear myself. Okay. That's much better. So how's everyone doing? Waiting for the complete set on Gumroad. I'm working on it. I'm actually working on it. I can give you some behind the scenes info on like the Home Assistant HR dashboard behind the scenes. I'm actually gonna move this month, so I'm really hard working on like recording videos to like schedule them for like the time that I'm gonna do the move, and then it will take some time also to like set everything up again. Maybe change some things and like set it up like differently in the future. So I'm trying to like kind of like work ahead a bit. And today I recorded 4 videos, so now I have to edit them and stuff. But I will schedule them, and then once I schedule them, I think these are like the 4 last videos I have to do, and then everything from my personal dashboard. How do you say, like series, let's say, will be up, and then there will also be a complete package on Gumroad. Hello to Texas and Slovakia. So cool. So cool to see everyone being so international. It's cool. So, yeah. What did we want to do today? I can give you another little sneak peek, something that I've been working on today. Let me prepare this here. Let me see. Let's see how good I am at this streaming. Let's how well it will work. So here you can see my dashboard, and I've been working on a new room card. And here you can get a little sneak peek for the room card. It's something that I've been working on today. And yeah, it has 2 modes actually. You can change like the light, but then when you double press, you can change the climate. So that's something I've been working on. This is something that will come out soon, hopefully. I recorded the video for it already, so maybe it will be there soon on the channel. Little bit of like a sneak peek on like what's going on behind the scenes. Hello Corkflakes. Hey, how is everyone doing? I also wanted to, maybe I can take this chance here. Let me go back to full screen so I can talk to you a little bit. Just wanted to say like the support has been amazing. Everyone who bought something from Gumroad, everyone who became a member on YouTube, everyone who joined the Discord, and that's actually really super cool. I think there's people on Discord already helping each other also with like problems and stuff. So that's really, really cool to see. And it's really, really nice to like engage with the community in this way. So thanks a lot for everything, because when I started doing this, it's only like 2.5 months ago or something like this, I didn't think it would like take off like this, and there wouldn't be so many people writing comments and watching the videos and everything. Ulhak, you're asking if I have an adjustable climate for every room. I do. I have like an adjustable thermostat. You are a real inspiration for my dashboard. Super top from Sardinia, Italy. Thanks. Thanks so much. Thanks a lot. That's really, really cool to hear. This is, it's really, really fun to engage with the community in this way. I'm actually very, very happy to hear. Okay. What should we do today? So I was thinking, I made this video on like how to set up like the custom dashboard, and I thought we could kind of like do something like this and like kind of like set up a custom dashboard together, and you can see like the full-on version, like how long it takes, you know, and then like ask questions when you have questions, and we can kind of like do it together. Thanks to you, man, for creating the channel and show us that dashboards can be beautiful and modern. Thanks a lot. I mean, there's a lot of cool dashboards out there. And I think it's always really, really inspiring to see what the community creates. And I think it's really, really, really cool. So, yeah. So, what should we do? Let me go to Chrome. So, as I said, I was thinking we can do something kind of like... Can we see some spoilers for new videos? I mean, this is already a spoiler, this card on the right here. It's like the new room card I've been working on, where you can like change the light, and then when you double tap, it changes to like the climate control. So you have like basically two cards in one, which I think works really well, but I've tested a little bit more and I have to make the video for it. And then it will come up, it will be on the channel. There's also some other stuff that I been working on, like I also wanted to do a video of like kind of like my dashboard journey, where I show you like all the dashboards that I had like throughout the times, because it has changed a lot, because a lot of people were like, oh my god, your dashboard looks so nice, but like it was a long time, it was a lot of work, and like, you know, I didn't start with this. So I think that would be cool. And then I'm also working on a video to kind of like show how you can create like a cool dashboard like super easy and like super quickly. But this is some stuff that I've been working on in the background. And yeah, as I said, I'm trying to like get like all the last pieces that are missing from like completing this dashboard up on YouTube and up on Gumroad, kind of like to schedule these videos, because I'm gonna move, and then once I'm done with the move, I think we will work on maybe like a new dashboard or something. New home, new dashboard. I don't know. I haven't really decided what we will do afterwards, but I think that could be cool. Or maybe we do some more live streams in the future. Let's see how this one goes. I mean, this is also kind of like a test, and you tell me if you like it or not. If you say like, hey, this is like super cool to engage in this way. Okay, let me read some... let me read chat. I feel like this is new to me. Bear with me. Like first stream. I feel like all of these things, they have a learning curve. I love the room cards. Would be nice to be able to change the right column with just a small change in YAML, climate, light, blinds, and so on. Yeah, I was thinking also maybe to put lights or like blinds. I don't have blinds, so it's sometimes hard for me to like test. But I think that could be an option to have as well. Let's see. As I said, I'm still working on it. It's like a new card that I'm working on. I would be awesome to create this type of code via UI interface. That's hard to do maybe with us in live. Yeah, I mean, the problem is I don't actually know how to code. No, I just know a little bit of YAML, just know a little bit of HTML, CSS and stuff. And I learned some coding, but like I think if you want to make like your own card that works with the UI, you would have to make like a custom card in like Hux or something like this. So what I'm doing is I'm using button card, and that only works with YAML. But I mean, you can do it like in the UI. And I think what I wanted to do for the stream is kind of just like try to set up a new dashboard, kind of show you what I put where, why I put where. You can ask questions while we do it. And but you have us and GPT. Yeah, I mean, GPT is very helpful in a lot of things, but yeah, I mean, to be honest, maybe in the future one day, like a custom card would be cool to have. That's like a goal, I would say. So let's see if we can make it happen one day. Okay, let's do it like this, no? So let's create a new dashboard. And then let's create a new dashboard from scratch. Maybe let's call it livestream. And then we can give it maybe like a video, camera, create. So why is it weird here? Hello? This is a great start, no? This is always like this. How would you do your room if you had multiple floors and more rooms? I have 2 floors with a total of 5 plus 6 rooms. I can show you something that I would do for sure. Like usually then I would kind of like collect them, or like put like one floor and then like another floor, and you can like swap between the two. Hey Rekimel, what's up? Bonjour. Alright, so this is done. Let's let me really quickly whoopsie. There you see. This is like all new. There we go. All right, completely new dashboard. So the first thing I would do is I would go here into the raw configuration editor. I don't know if you noticed, but like if you go on the 3 dots up here and then you go to raw configuration editor, you can paste stuff in here. And then I would put in there, wait a second. Where is it? All right, let me copy this. So I would put in here, the first thing that I always do is I put my button card templates in here, and you just put it like on top. Like if you see it here, this is like the views, and then on top of here, I put like all the button card templates, and this is like the button cards that we created like on the channel. Like for example, like the light switch card here, or like the light RGB card, and like so on. And you can see it's a lot of code, but you just put it on top. You have button card templates here. I have one template here that's, I think this is like a, I don't know how do you say, but like a tip, like a pro tip, to have like one setup template that you kind of like put into all the different other templates, that where then you can like set like a font family, for example, which I'm actually not doing here. But like, for example, I set it so that if a state is unavailable, it has like a different icon, and then also the text on the cards is like has like a line through, so I can always see like if a card is like unavailable. All right, let's save this. So that's already good now. It would also be cool to show us what are your devices and your automations, what are your favorites. We can definitely do that. I mean, I have too many automations, to be honest. I've been using Home Assistant for like, I think 8 years now, and I don't know if I should, when I move, if I should just like bring over my Home Assistant, or if I should start like completely fresh, because so much has changed over the years, and like I think I have like 400 automations or something like this, and like some of them I probably also forgot what they are doing, if I'm gonna be honest. On my dashboard, I would like to have one or more rows at the top that stay fixed no matter how far down a page I scroll. Really wish the Home Assistant team could come up with something like this. Oh, you can do something like this with like button card for sure, yeah. So there is, I'm not really using it anymore, but like if you look at, for example, the video that I did about the music player, which stays at the bottom and uses like a fixed, a position fixed, you can do the same thing basically for like the top. So that's a way you can create that. Yeah, absolutely start fresh. Yeah, I mean, I'm scared though, because a lot of things that work nice, you know what I mean? And it's like, then I have to build like so many automations again. And like some of them are really, really complex, you know what I mean? Like only to like redo like all of the lighting, like, wow, so much work. So, hey, Vicky Mail, thanks a lot. That's so kind of you to say. That's super cool. Okay, let's continue on this maybe. No, like, so I put in all the button cut templates and then we can work on this dashboard. So first what I do is always like, I change this not to home, like I change the icon. And then usually the URL, we can put home here also. And then here I put like my theme. And then here I say like, oops, not 2. Well, 43, that's maybe a lot. Why can I not put 3? There we go. And then we click save. And then the first thing I usually do is, I actually really liked when they did this like header section, because I actually really, really like it. And I think it's really, really, really good. But one thing that I wish they would put into Home Assistant is like the ability to say like, use this header of like the main page for like all of the different views that you have, because then you don't have to like copy it to like every other page, and you don't have to like, if you want to change one thing, you have to do it on every view. So that's kind of like, I feel like that's a feature. It should just be here, one header for all of the views, and then that would be really, really nice. ChatGPT was not available 8 years ago, making automation so much faster now. That's actually true, yeah. I like to see a new card with your style for servers with the possibility to display more information like CPU, RAM, HDD. Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, we do have like the Discord. I don't know if you've seen the Discord. Should be in the description, I think. There should be a link to the Discord. And we have a channel there that has like ideas and suggestions for like the channel. So if you want me to do something like this, like join the Discord, write it in the channel, this is like the best way. This is where, when I don't have any ideas anymore, I will go to that channel. I will be like, okay, what does everyone want to see? All right, let's start by putting like text here. So I think this is really, really nice. Usually what I do is I have like a text where it's like, whoops. This is gonna be interesting, no, because I'm not used to this keyboard. Which AI do you consider best for how automation? For me, Gemini and Cloud works best. That's, you're already a member of the Discord? Perfect, Simon. That's really, really cool. I think that's so cool that so many people joined the Discord. I think there's over 100 people already, and that's really, 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 really cool. I actually use, the most that I use is ChatGPT, just because I have like the Plus version, but also Gemini I actually use quite a bit. And often when it comes to programming, I would say Gemini is a little bit better, but mostly for what I've been doing with Home Assistant, also ChatGPT was like pretty good. So usually I kind of want to have like a welcome message here that has like some basic information, and then I write like some text, and we can be like there. And then I kind of like put some states here from like different sensors. I have one sensor that like counts how many lights are on. So right now there's 4 lights on. And then I also have like a sensor for windows. No, I don't. Ah, here, window open count. So right now there's no windows open, which is good. It's 5:20, there are 4 lights on and 0 windows open. What else do we want in here? Usually actually I put the weather in here. So it's 7:21. The weather is with, and then here actually you can use like a different gender template for state attribute. And then usually I put the security system is armed home. And then you can see like this state, it shows up kind of weird, no? Like armed underscore home. Then you can do like a different one, which is translated, state translated, and then it like shows it in a nicer way. And with that, we already have like our first thing on our dashboard. The bad only markdown is possible in header. Would it be cool to switch between time, date, display, and welcome text on action? Actually, Simon, I just learned that this is not the case. You can go into code editor here and let me copy this so we can use it later again. But you can put something else in here. You can change a type here, and you can do what is like weather, or like we could do like a custom button card in here, and then put like an entity, weather home, for example, and then instead of a markdown, you have a custom button card. So you can put anything in here. Actually, it's very, very, very. You can put whatever you want. And I actually didn't know that this it works like this until like a week ago. Like I also thought the only thing you can put there is like markdown, but like it's actually not true. You can put any card that you have in there basically, which is really, really cool, I think. But to be honest, I kind of like the markdown. I think it looks clean, to be honest. What about something for the alarm system? Maybe not only about the front end, but the whole integration would be cool. Yeah, we can do a video on that, I think. No, like I'm actually using like the manual. Yeah, I can show you what I'm using. A lot of people don't know this. This is maybe gonna be a little bit scattered, the stream, but I feel like it's also just about like hanging out a little bit, no? And like kind of like getting to know, sharing like things, you know. So I'm using manual alarm control panel to get like a manual alarm control panel, and then I use it in Home Assistant. And like what I do is just I have automations, like for example for my motion sensors or my window sensors, when they trigger and the manual alarm control panel is in the way, then I get like a notification. So you can build your own security system, like super, super, super easy. And this is actually, you can do a lot with this, but you have to like configure it in Home Assistant. But I think actually I might make a video on this as well. Or we can, I don't know, maybe look at it in another live stream or something. All right, let's continue on this. Let's add another badge. Usually what I put here is like my lights on count, sensor, change the color to like yellow. And I just want to show like the state. And then I also put my window, count sensor, This one I usually make red. And then I also usually put an alarm control panel. So this one. And then actually what I do here is usually I put it into responsive. I have the bottoms at the bottom, and then for like smaller screens, I put this to scroll. So it's like next to each other. And then what I also really like to do is like, I don't know if you have like a Home Assistant assist or something that you use. I like to put like any assist satellite basically in here, or I can do like the one in the, where is it? Home Assistant voice. Yeah, here we go. Home Assistant voice. Does it not have an assist? Oh, here. The living room one. And you have the icon there already. And then usually I take off the state. Put this to like, so let's do state color. And then set the interaction here to assist. So then if we save this and we press this, like the assist automatically opens, which I think is actually quite nice. I don't use it so much yet, but like I think this has so much potential, especially with like the AI integration. And like I ditched all of my Amazon devices that I was using because it got so bad and I didn't want to use it anymore. You read somewhere that you can use the Ring keypad because it's Z-Wave and it's integratable. Oh, that would be cool. You can also use the Alarmo integration. You mean for a manual alarm, to use the Alarmo integration. I haven't played with it. It also has a physical device. It's nice to have at home, not only the touchscreen. Yeah, I actually have a new key lock and it opens like automatically when I come home, which is futuristic in a way and cool, but also like weird in a way. But if it works, it feels like magic, which is really, really cool. Alright, let me continue on this. I also here, this is my Nuki lock while we're talking about it. It's not locked right now. Put this here. And then usually also what I put in here is like my person, my state here with the entity picture and also with the name. I'm home right now, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be able to talk to you. So that's cool. And then also usually what I do with this one is I add like a visibility and I just, I don't want to show it on like mobile screens. And then I also usually only want to show it for like myself. Can you share how your template sensor sends it's counting all the lights that are on? Yeah, we can look at that actually. Let me open a new tab. So if you go to help us, and then we look at like the count sensor, right? Lights on count. So basically it's really, really easy. Ah, you can't look at it like this. Okay. How do I show it to you? Let me give me a moment. I think I have it in my configuration. So this, can you see this? It might be a little bit small, huh? I think the code for the light counter is on GitHub. Maybe. It's really easy though. Wait, let me copy this and then I show you how I do it in like the UI, and then you can just like kind of like do the same thing. Wow, why is it not? So let me go back here, or like let's get out of here. So if you would create a helper, you can create a template helper, and then you can create a sensor. You can call it lights on count number 2. And then the only thing I do is I have a group that's basically like all lights, where I have all my lights in there. No, it's kind of like self-explanatory, no? So the only thing I do is I expand the group, all lights, and then I select all of them with the state equals on attribute, like all the attributes that the state equals that equal on. I list them and then I count the list. And then that's how it works. For me, actually, with the lights on count, with the all lights light group, it doesn't work because I'm using like custom integration for like light groups. But like I have another one with like a normal group, which then works. So as you can see, 4 lights are on currently. And then here also you can see like all the lights that are being counted basically. Avis, will this be available later on? What do you mean? I think the VOD, or however it's called, I think it will be on YouTube. Yes, the stream. To be honest, this is like the first stream that we are doing, so this is like, honestly, this is like trial and error. You tell me what we are trying to do. We look at different things. Honestly, I don't have a script that I'm reading or that we are going after. I thought it would be cool to like hang out a little bit, talk about dashboard, see what you guys are interested, say thank you for all the support, and yeah, kind of like work on a little dashboard, kind of like the extended version of like everything we're doing like on the channel, you know, and with the ability to like ask all the questions that you want to ask. I missed the beginning of the stream. I need to leave in 15 minutes to work. Yeah, no, don't worry about it. I think the VOD will be on the YouTube, and then you can watch however long we will be going. I don't know. Let's see. So that's great. Thanks. I was expanding the light group part thing that I was struggling with. Yeah. And this is actually like, I did this with like the light group, but you can do this with a bunch of stuff. Like I have one for like all my chores. I have one for like all my windows. And then basically the only thing you do is like for example, if I change this to binary sensor, window sensors, then now you can see it's the same thing, but it counts all the windows that are open. And then obviously you would change this to like change the name, no? So you can, I use this in a lot of different places. To be honest, a template sensor is like, I think the best integration in all of Home Assistant. Like there's nothing that I use more than a freaking template sensor. This is like, if you want to have fun in Home Assistant, template sensor it is, I would say. It's like the best thing ever. Okay, I think this answers the question, no? I mean, it's quite simple. You can make it more elaborate, you know, and like, for example, you could just count all of the light entities and stuff, but I think this way it gives you a little bit more control. It's a little bit more manual work because you have to put like all of your lights into like one group and then you can count them. But I think if you just count like all the lights, then you get like all the weird light entities that maybe you don't want to have in there. Let's go back to our dashboard. I think someone asked something about this. No, is it possible to set automatically the logged user in the person badge you have added? In here, you mean? Right now, I don't think this is, I mean, maybe actually. You could probably... no, I don't think so. Because you would have to use like some code, and like I was thinking maybe you can use like the template badge, but like you can't template the entity as far as I know. You can just template kind of like the content. If you could put anything else here, like for example, if you could put a button card here. Can you actually do that? I've never tried this. Thanks, Elvis. I actually never tried this. Let's try this. That would be crazy if this works. Oh my god. How did I never think about this? Why am I... This is... I feel we are finding out new things together. This is crazy. Okay, so honestly I thought you can just put these two. You can't put anything else, but apparently you can. So you can put like a button card in here, and then if you do that, you can for sure, you could design a button card that looks like this, but then automatically kind of like sets like the person entity based on like the user who's watching. So you could definitely do something like this where this sets automatically, which is super cool. This is something we have to do something with this. I am so excited actually finding this out. This is funny. I never knew that works. This is very cool actually. Yeah. Great. I mean, already I think live stream big success in my eyes, because I actually really this was always kind of like something that I was like, oh, I can't put whatever I want here. I can just put like the badges, but I can actually. Cool. Whoever asked that question, great question. Like, keep those questions coming. Like, it's amazing. Okay, but like the other thing that you can do it is you can just like duplicate this and then put the other person, and then the visibility you change so it just shows for like that person, and then you have like 4 or 5 or however persons you have in there, but it only shows like 1 for each person. Cornflakes, but I'm not sure if it's possible to set a variable with the user logged. It is for sure possible. Here I can show you how to do it actually. I'm so excited about this that we're gonna do this now. So we can put for example put something like this. Here. So this is a little bit of JavaScript. So it turns person dot, and then it takes the username, puts it to lowercase, and adds it. So my username is Julian, and like the entity name is person.julian. So that works. But you can put whatever else you want in here. Like you can put an if clause or something like this. So this is totally possible now. This opens up like a whole new... This is really cool. I love this actually. I feel like just with this, figuring out this, I have so many ideas right now on what we could do with this. So that's really cool. Okay, but we don't want to do it right now. Yeah, right, but I'm a programmer. I like to spend 10 hours trying to automate this instead of creating 2 equal cards with a different person. You are the man, thank you. Hey, we found out this all together. I didn't know that like 10 minutes ago. This is this is great, I would say. All right, let's work a little bit more on the dashboard here. So then usually this one here, I put 2. And then also what I do is I put the visibility here to only show on like white screens, because this is kind of like where I put like all the information that I maybe don't need on like a mobile phone or sorry. Sorry for my bad English. Your English is perfect. Don't worry about it. Cool. All right. Let's put something in here. Like one thing that I really, that I always put in there on my dashboards is like the status card that I also did a video on, which I'm just gonna like copy in here for now. which I actually really like, because I just think it looks clean and it gives like easy access to like some of like important features. And then next to here, usually what I do is I kind of like put like the visibility to like mobile. And then I like to put in there like the greetings card, or like this like header card that I'm using, just like this one. And then here, like for example, if you use, this is where I got like the code from just now. And then here I can also show you, like if you use like one of these cards, like how you can use them like in your dashboard. You just have to kind of like change these variables. And I feel like our dashboard is coming to, what are you running Home Assistant on? Right now, it's like over there, I'm running Home Assistant on like an old like Optiplex, like in background I'm searching something to make your cards UI configurable. Yeah, I think he has an Optiplex PC running Proxmox. Simon, you are right. How did you know? I do have an old Optiplex PC. It's like quite overkill. It's like an i7, so it's not like the most power efficient. And I think like soon I will change it, because I think it draws a lot of energy, you know, and I don't need like an i7 or something like this, but I got it like really cheap. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take more power, I guess, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah. And I'm running Proxmox on it. I'm running a few other things on it. For example, I run N8N on it to like, if you buy something on Gumroad, you get like an automatic email. So that is running on that server as well. I have Plex and like that kind of stuff, you know, like the normal home lab stuff, let's say, no? But yeah, I think this is much better than like running on a Raspberry Pi. When I started, I had a Raspberry Pi 3, because it's like 8 years ago. I think I had a Raspberry Pi 3B with like 2 GB of RAM. And then that was fine in the beginning, because you couldn't do anything with Home Assistant. Or like, that's not true. You could do a lot of things, but like, it wasn't like it is today. Like, it's crazy how much it evolved like until today. And then I upgraded to a Raspberry Pi 4. And then for a while I had an Intel i5, but that one broke for some reason. I think it didn't have anything to do with Home Assistant. I think it was just like my Intel that didn't like being turned on for like a long period of time. At some point it would always like crash, like after a week or something. So I got rid of that, and then I got this, and this has been like really solid. But as I said, I think in the future I might exchange it again for like something that's like more modern, that like draws less power. I'm not 100% sure yet what it will be. I'm not. Let's see. Can you modify the gauges from type energy grid utility gauge? You mean the one that's like on the energy page? I don't think you can modify those. I mean, you can modify those with like card mod, but it would be like, it's not easy to do, let's say. Okay, let's put some more stuff in here, I would say, no? Maybe we can put in like a heading. So I think what I did in the video, one thing was like to put in like favorites here. And then here I put a star. Layout can be like full. And then underneath that we can put like a grid card. Maybe with 4 grids. We don't use a square one, and we also make this one full, because I feel like the design just looks better when like it's not just like blocks, you know what I mean? Just like square, 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 square. You have to like break it up. So I like to have like something that's more wide on the top. Yeah, only with card mod. I think so too. I think only with card mod. All right, let's put something in here. Let's put like a button card in here. And then actually this light entity is great. We can use that. And then we can use a template, which we put in the beginning. For example, the switch template. And then we have here all the lights. And then if you ever wondered how to use these templates, this is your moment. How can you change these? You can put variables. This one has an icon on variable and an icon off variable, and then also color variable, which the color we will put yellow because it's a light. And then icon off, let's do MDI light bulb group. And then for off we do MDI light bulb group off. And then we can copy this. And then like maybe I can put another switch. For example, for like my security cameras. They can also be like the switch template. But instead we do CCTV. And CCTV. Oh, look at this. I have like a mistake there. We can fix it here as well. Which is off. And then like, for example, I also have like what I'm using right now. Webcam. So webcam and webcam off. No? Wait, typing mistake again. But there are other gauge, how do you say that? Like, yeah, there's other ones in like hacks. I mean, if you don't know hacks yet, then I don't know what you're doing like on this channel, but like, it's amazing what people have created like over all these years. And like, there's so much cool stuff on like hacks, especially. So now we have like a favorite list, which I think looks quite nice. So let's add some more here. Maybe we can add another heading. Or wait, this is another thing that I actually like to do. So this is like all underneath each other, no? But now I want to create like kind of like blocks. So I'm gonna put them all into like a vertical stack, because then it's like easier to like move them around if they like belong together. So for example, we can put like weather here. Partly cloudy, and then add like clock weather card, which I think always looks really, really nice. And then now this is why I'm doing, oops, this is why I'm doing this, no? You can like move this like whole thing around. And I should have probably done this with this one as well, actually. Maybe, yeah, let's do that actually real quick. Let's cut this out. Let's do like a vertical stack. Paste this in. Layout should be full. And then we cut this as well. And paste this underneath here. And then if you bring this up, see, now you can like these, like the ones that belong together, you can like move together, if that makes sense. And I think this is just like, it makes it like, so it's a little bit more like clean. So let's do a security one maybe. There we can use another button card template for this one. Security card, yes. And then underneath this, usually what I put is like the person card. So let's put a grid. And then let's put a button card. And then you can put person.urion, template, person card small. And then there's like a variable for like the sensor variables, which is like everyone's iPhone battery level. And then you see it here. Yeah, but how you achieve the value of the percentage neutrality? Yeah, you could create a template helper for this probably. I don't know if it's saved in like any entity. It's a good question actually. I'm not sure if you could actually retrieve this. It's a good idea to do it with a template, but then it would have to be, yeah, charge my phone. Why? It's like halfway, no? It's not that bad. 50%? It's exactly half. Come on. Day is almost done. Like, I feel like I managed quite well, no? And then here, like, if you want to duplicate it, you can change like, put in some other people. Or the dogs. And guest. So. Okay, and then on the right, usually what I put here is like the rooms. And then we can look at something. How I would do it if I have too many rooms. Which I don't have because I live in a small apartment. So I don't have that problem, but many other people do. So what I put in here is grid of 2. And there's squares, okay, and then we put a button card in here. And save it for now. Should we use like the new room card? The sneak peek? Let's do that, let's do that. So let me copy this over from like what I'm working on. So here you go, new room card. This is like a stream exclusive. And then I can show you what you can do to kind of like adapt it. You can just change this and then put like, you need like an input boolean for this card to work. So you just make like a helper for like each one. You have to change like all these variables. Whoops. And then also the navigation path. And then we have 2. And as you can see, this one here is like the light mode because of the light icon here. And then this one is in the climate mode because of like the thermostat here. Why the input boolean? Here, I show you why the input boolean. If you double tap it, it changes the mode of the card. And that's what we need the input boolean for. So the input boolean changes to on and then it changes like the whole card. So now you can change the climate in the room. If you double tap again, you can change the light. If you double tap again, you can change the climate. If you double tap again, you can change the light. I think this is really, really cool. I worked on this today. Actually, this is like super new. But I think this is actually really, really, really cool. All right, let's put some more. It's a little bit of work, but I mean, as you can see, it's like quite easy to do, to just like change like the variables on top, and like you don't have to change anything else basically. Like the rest can like stay the same. And then here you can also see a feature, because we put like the motion sensor in here, and I'm like in the office right now. It detects that there's motion right now in this room, and it shows this. You think that's not super UX friendly, but it's very cool. Not the best thing in multi-user dashboards, but there's really is no other way. Hey from Greece, Breeze Radio, how are you doing? Ooh, spicy. Yeah, I think it's really, I really like it actually. I think it's a cool feature. I think this is something that I will be using like a lot, because I was thinking like, okay, what do I use like the most? But it might be specific also to me, of course. So you never really like know, right? But I always try to make it like easily adaptable for everyone. The kitchen. We have the bathroom. Okay, bathroom, motion sensors. And then we have one more. Do you have cameras separate on your dashboard? How do you handle them? I do actually have a few cameras. One is there, but it's not on right now. How I handle them, they are just RTS-P sensors, and I think I just put them in like that into a Home Assistant. And then I'm using, I forgot what it's called, not Frigate, the other thing, like an add-on for Home Assistant to kind of like put them into Apple Home, because I'm doing the recording in like the Apple Home plan. But I have like smart plugs between them, so when I'm at home they're like cut from power, because I'm paranoid. So right now they're like not on. And then on the dashboard I just use like the normal picture entity card, actually. So quite simple. So there we go. We have our rooms, and we basically have a dashboard. So it's really, I think everyone can create like cool dashboards with Home Assistant now. It used to be so much harder, and now it's like so much more accessible. It's so cool to see how much work has been done. Advanced camera cards. I have 3 cameras, but they look ugly on my dashboard. Yes. I think camera card is something probably that has to be done at some point. The only thing is, in my experience, the camera entities, they don't work so good with like the button cards. And as we only really have button cards to create like custom cards, it's kind of like difficult to make like a nice camera card, because I don't know, I think the live stream doesn't work like on the button cards. So yeah, I think it's a tough one. What templates for this has been used for the buttons. Which buttons you're talking? This like favorite buttons? This is just like the switch template. Like from the channel, there's a video on it, like button cards, I think it's called. It's like one of the first videos. And these are all like the custom templates from like the personal dashboard. The design functionality is great. I just don't like that there's no real way in switching button views besides booleans. Yeah, I mean, a lot of like what we're doing obviously is like workarounds, no? Because I mean, you probably would have to kind of like, as I said in the beginning, make like a custom card for like hacks or something if you want to have like more control over it. Breath value, you mean the buttons for the rooms? It's actually a new room card that I've been working on, and this is kind of like a sneak peek of it. It's not out yet. I'm still working on it, but you can see it already here, and you can see the functionality of it. I thought for the live stream for everyone who's here, a little bit of a sneak peek. Is there a way to make the background lighter or make the button cards, etc. lighter? Because it's really hard to differentiate the background from the card since there's very similar colors. Yes, for sure. There is a way. Like one way, of course, is you can use light mode. Oh, and then you get blinded like me. And then this is what it looks like. Wow. This is so bright. This is so bright. Well, yeah, never use light mode. Okay, so this is one way, obviously. Let's go back. But what you can also do is you can go into like the theme and then just change like the theme variables. So the card background is contrast 2 usually. So if you want that to be lighter, you can just change it in the theme of like that you're using, the contrast 2 variable, you can change that to like a lighter color. And then you have a different one. I want it in dark mode, but you just made the cards a little gray. Lighter gray. Yeah, I mean, you can. Yeah, I can show you actually. Let me go to the camera. The little side adventure again. Let me open the themes. So if you go into like your themes folder, and then into like the rounded bubble theme. If you go down here, there is like the custom global variables, and then there's values based on modes. And then here for the dark one, this one is the one that I use for the background. So either when you're using the cards, you can change it to contrast 3. Or you can change this, the contrast 2 one, you can change it here. So you can see contrast 2 goes to black 2. Black 2 is this black here. So if you want to change this variable, which is the background, you can just change this color here. And then it will change it everywhere. Any idea why pop-ups stay in front of your shared dashboard? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Oh, there's so many messages. So holy, I got sidetracked with this, just a question and then so much more. Okay. I started to change the colors of the text and icons for the bubble cards. Unfortunately, I don't have much experience. Yeah, so you always have to look out here. I can show you actually. You always have to look out because here for this one, no, we are using like the template. So you have to change it in the template, which you could do here in the raw configuration editor. But like here, I just copied this in. But like here, if you want to change like the color or something, I'm gonna go down here for example, the label. This is where the color is. And then these are like the variables you want to look out for. Var black obviously is black. And then var contrast 20 is like contrast 20. These are theme variables. You can put other theme variables, but you can also just put like, wait, what color is this actually label? Like for example, if I just put like red here, then nothing changes, of course, because this is not what's going on right now. If I put red here, then the label is red, as you can see. So you can put like other colors here, and you can look out for like these variables, basically. Var, and then green, yellow, black, white, and then all the contrast variables like contrast 1, contrast 2, contrast 3, and so on. So that's how you can change colors. Okay, more question. By the way, when you tap the room's nav element from jack bar card, you don't have trouble to see the sub nav item sometimes. I don't know. If you from nav bar card, don't you have trouble to see the sub nav items sometimes? No, not really actually. We will put nav bar card in here now, and then maybe we can see actually what we can do. Any idea why pop-ups stay in front of your shared dashboard? I don't know. It's hard to tell always from just like, why is this happening, why is that happening? Because it can have so many reasons, no? And like, I mean, to get like the whole, if you get like the complete dashboard code, it's like my personal dashboard code. It's 20,000 YAML lines or something. Like it's really, really, really hard to adapt. You take a lot of time to adapt. It's much easier if you go by card because it's like much more manageable, of course, you know. All right, let's continue with this. Actually, let's add navbar card. Why not? Navbar card. And then actually, let's just save this here and put this on here. If you press done, we have it here already. I really like, whoops, navbar card. So that's really nice. To be honest, navbar card is, you can edit it from like this one here, which I like, but to be honest, I always just do it in like this one here in like, how do you say, in the YAML, because for me it's much, much, much easier. So this should of course be this dashboard live stream, home. And then usually what I do is I take this one down here, I copy this, I put this here because I want like a pop-up one, and then we call this rooms, and I put a sofa outline here, and then the pop-up should be all of our rooms. And then for the URL actually here you can put like a hash for like the bubble card. Sometimes depending on background elements, I find it hard to see the sub navigation clearly. You can change like the how much it like darkens the background. So maybe this is something you can look into. Like I think there's an example on the navbar card like wiki, because this was something that a lot of people said like, oh, this is difficult to see, you know. And then let's do a label here, living room. Actually, we have to kind of like change. Let's do it maybe here. Desktop options, position, left, show labels, always. I like it with labels actually. And then mobile options, I do dock, but I also always show labels actually, because I think it looks the nicest. Please, what about the room card? What do you mean, what about the room card? You're welcome, Simon. Alright, so rooms. We have one. And then we do bed king. We do a second one. Whoops, monitor. This one is bedroom. This one is kitchen, which I like the silverware variant one. Bathroom. And then we also have guest room, which I always use the desk one. And then on my dashboard, usually I keep like the more one because I actually quite like it. Let me make this bigger actually, then I can see better. I don't really like to restart Home Assistant from here, so I would take this off. But then here, what I do is I copy this. I put it in here, and then we do music. Usually I have a page with music. And then I also usually have like a page for like security stuff. And with that, we have like a nice looking navbar card. And then when you click here, this is what you meant, no? This is what you meant, right? Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's like hard to see. I give you that. But now we have a nice looking, to be honest, navbar card is like my favorite card. I think navbar card was such a cool card and like such a cool addition to like any dashboard. It makes something that was so annoying for like Home Assistant to like make a nice navigation and like how to do it without like the top navigation and stuff. It makes it so clean. It's so configurable. It has so many good like things, you know. It's really cool. PS, maybe I found a method to make your cards UI configurable. Okay, I'm listening, Corkflakes. Like how do we do that? I don't think it. I'm not sure if that's possible actually, because I think, I don't know. It's a button card. Button card is not UI configurable, but yeah. As I said, maybe one day we can make this like, it would be cool if this could become like a mushroom thing, no? Where it's like different mushrooms card. I love being able to bring up Music Assistant with one click using the navbar card. Yeah, that's a big one. I also have Music Assistant in mine usually. And that works really well. Music Assistant is also a whole nother thing that we could make like a whole video about, which is really cool. It's also the only reason why I still have like Google Home entities, because I work really well with Music Assistant. And yeah. Okay, so we have this now. We wanted to talk about actually the rooms. I forgot about this. Like, how do I do it when I have more than 5 rooms? So usually what I do is I create an input boolean to kind of like show like the first floor or the ground floor, you know? And then this one here, I give like a visibility, like a condition. Yeah, I can show you. Wait, I can show you. Like I go into rooms here, I add an entity, I do input boolean. I think I have one that's like, what is it called? Rooms, all room. Here it is, all rooms. So I put it here, and then if I go here and I do interactions, I say toggle, right? And then I use this one and I do visibility and I do state, and then I do all rooms, this one, and I set it to let's do off. And then for example what we could do is, let's say that the bottom 2 are like a different floor, so we could wait, let's save this. And then we duplicate this, and then let's say like the bottom 2 are a different floor. We go to visibility, we go to on, And then we go to this one again and we take the bottom two off. And then we go here. Now we have like the ground floor basically. And if we click this, we have like the top floor. So that's how I would do it if there's like multiple ones. Like if I have like too many rooms basically. Which is a nice thing, no? Like it's a nice problem to have. And then usually I give it also color. So you know when it's on and off. Yeah, button card is not UI configured, but I've used the template as plain. HTML with a lot of variables, and with the UI I can choose the variables. It's still a work in progress, but when I have something stable, I share it with you. That sounds nice, Corkflakes. Yeah, for sure, share it with me. If we can make it like easier for everyone to use it, then that's super, super cool. After that, auto entities and the auto gen dashboard, this is done. Yeah, I also think like maybe you can do like a strategy or something with this, like, but I don't know enough about like how that is done, and I would have to like look into it and then kind of like see how it's done, you know, because I don't know enough about it like right now. Like I don't know how to do, like how to make a strategy, and if it's even possible with like all the custom button cards. I mean, probably it is. So if anyone out there know, like if someone is in this live stream or if someone is like watching this video and you know how this is done, like come into the Discord and then like write me in the Discord, and then we can talk about it if we can make this work, you know. Corkflakes, how you can send a message to me. You can join the Discord, and I think a link should be in the description, and then you can message me there, if that makes sense. Can we have a button that appear when we are on the room and for a specific account? What do you mean? Not sure I understand. When we are on the room and for a specific account, you can definitely show specific buttons for a specific user. That's not a problem. And yeah. All right, let's continue on this. So the next thing I do usually is I add my bubble cards. Bubble cards also, like, holy moly, like there was a time where there was no bubble cards, you know what I mean? Like, and bubble cards, such a nice card. Like it's so useful, I think. So you can put bubble card here. What I do is I use a pop-up, and then I usually do like include the example configuration. I can create a pop-up. You can see like the example here. Usually this is what I delete. And then I like to do it in YAML. This is living room, so far outline is perfect. The pop-up room is living, the hash is living room 2. Then usually what I put underneath there is like heading. And this is like for climate. And then maybe like a thermostat. And then what you could also do here is like, for example, like temperature, and then for example humidity. And then, to be honest, I think you can, like, it's nice to like also do it with YAML, but here you can do this, we can make red, and this one we can make blue, and then that looks quite nice, I think. And then we can add another bubble card, and we can use like I use the climate card, use the living room climate, because I think that looks really, really cool. Julian, how do you change the icon colors, text colors when using the bubble pop-ups? Yes, you can change it in here. So if you have the pop-up here and you go into the header settings, you can show the header or not show the header. This is without, but the header obviously is nice. Name text here, you can put an entity, but you don't have to. And you can change like the settings here. You can change the name here, you can change the icon. You can say like if we would have like a button or a switch or something here, we could change like how it's shown and stuff. And then here you can also change like styling options if you want that. And then I think also there's like custom styles here, no? Somewhere. Where is it? You ate dinner, now you're up to speed with the stream. That's great. Welcome back. Thank you for sharing the 2 floors idea. Yeah, you're welcome. Anyways, let's move on here. Climate. Then usually what I do is I put another heading. This one I call like maybe devices. And then put another heading. This one we put a subtitle. And then we, let's say, lights. Light bulb. Maybe light bulb group. And then this is also what I really, really like, what I've been doing like recently. I need to be more visible. It's too small in the corner. You mean the 2 floors ideas? You mean this one? So what you can also do is, instead of using this heading, you can use the bubble card separator and then give it a name like rooms. And then you can add like a button here, all rooms. And then you can use like this one. And then like, for example, this one is like, if I put this here, this one is much bigger, if you can see it. So there would be a different option, for example. Is it possible to change the icon? Is it possible to change the icon color? For example, if a door opens, switch the icon from close to open. It is possible, but you need like custom styles for it. And to be honest, they are kind of like here. If you go into styling options, you can go into custom styles and then you can put this in here. There is a lot of examples on like the bubble card GitHub, which you should check out because that's, it's quite complicated, you know, and it's kind of like I do the same. I just copy it in here and then I like try to like change things around. But it is possible, but I can't do it like on the fly now. Like I would also have to like go to like the bubble card page and then like kind of find what's like a piece of code and then copy it in here and then kind of like change it. And then I don't know, if you click here, is that where it goes? Yeah, if you click here, yeah, here it is. And then I think there is styling maybe. Anyways, but this is really, really, really great. Like the GitHub of Bubblecard itself is super, super great. And then, yeah, here. See, here's like a bunch of examples. Changing the color of an icon. You can copy this one. And then if you put it in here, whoops. Wait, I don't think we have an icon. So if we do this red, then it's red. I tried changing a bubble climate icon color and spent about 1 hour for it to fail. Yeah. I mean, there's always like this like balance between like you want to give like everyone like a really polished experience that's like really easy to use, you know, and I think Bubblecard did this like a lot. Like it's very, very, very polished. It's very easy to use. But then you also want to give everyone like a lot of control, you know, and like quite a lot of options on like things that you want to do. So it's always like to find like the right balance between like it's very customizable and it's like you can do whatever you want and it's like very easy to do. And I think Bubblecard went like over the top, on top of beyond, like even like also with the module store and everything like this. It's crazy like what they have done. It's so cool to see. Okay, we don't have to download this now. we were actually working on our room here. So let's go back to that, because the next thing that I put in here is actually also really, really cool. It's something that I've done recently. It's like working more with like auto entities, which I really, really, really like. I think this is such a cool card. You can do so many cool things. So for this, for example, if I want to put in the lights, I put in the domain lights, which means all of the lights that I have are in here. But then we can also put in like filter for area, and then put in living room, and then we have all the living room lights, you know what I mean? And then usually what I do is here, there's like a bug here when you just type that sometimes it goes away, I don't know. But we can use custom button card here and then use a template like light switch. And then you can see this already know it has like some lights in here. But what we can also do is go into this here and then change like that this shouldn't be an entity card, but instead it should be grid card. It should have 2 columns. Square should be false. And then this one is important. You do card param and call this cards, because then like auto entities fills in like this parameter, like cards parameter, and then fills it with like this one here. So now we can use like a custom card with this, which I think this looks really, really, really nice. And like with that, basically we have like a living room pop-up, and it also auto populates. So how cool is that? We can actually also like turn these lights off by long pressing here. Now they're all off. And then one thing that I also started doing like recently, it's like if you go into this here, and then you can do like an exclude filter here, and then do a label. Have I set it up actually here? Oh, I haven't set it up actually here. Oh yeah, let's do that actually real quick. Let's go to labels, create label, no dashboard. Red. Then we create this. And if we go back here to the auto entities cards, we can put like this and exclude. We can put label. We can say no dashboard. Save. And then like right now, nothing has happened, no. But if we go here and we say like, the home assistant voice LED, we don't want to have in here, we can go on here. We can go here and we can put the no dashboard label in here. Update. And then when we reload this page and go on this card, it's not there anymore. And we can do the same with this one. And this is a way where you can like really easily like build your dashboard, and you can use auto entities. And I think auto entities is such a great card. I also wanted to make a video about auto entities soon or at some point, but like I haven't come around to it yet because I use auto entities so much. It's such a great card. Okay, and then when we have this, it's actually quite easy to like adapt it. Like for the rest, you just go here and then you basically go from the top. You do, whoops, bedroom. And then we change all these parameters. We can put bedroom temperature, bedroom humidity, and we just like go through it, and like everywhere where we have something from living room, put bedroom. This we can leave. My areas, because I've been using it for so long, are like super weird. So this we can't do. I can't put like bedroom here, but it's easy to do in the visual one. You can go here and go here, and then we do bedroom. And there we go. And then bedroom is done. And then we can do the same again for office. Office temperature, office humidity, office climate, and then we have to change to office in here. Office. And then of course all the lights are on because I'm here right now talking to you, all of you. So let's save that. Let's actually go through all of these real quick, because as you can see, it doesn't even take so much anymore. So kitchen. Kitchen. And then we go here and we change it here through the UI. Kitchen. Save it. And then what is this? Bathroom we still have. Paper roll. Bathroom. Bathroom temperature, bathroom humidity, bathroom, change this to bathroom as well, and then one more. This would be guest room, desk. Guest room, temperature, guest room. Let's go back here, and then we have this, and then honestly, that's basically a finished dashboard. No, like here. You have your different room pop-ups. No, like this is super cool, I think. You can use the navbar card here to go to the different rooms. You have more here, you can go to settings and stuff. And then you can like create more pages, no? So yeah, we changed this. Wait, maybe we can delete this again, because this was just to show kind of like how it's done. But this is quite nice, no? To like swap between the two. Bathroom works as well. Guest room works as well. And then I think auto entity is also like really powerful to just like create certain things, no? So, for example, what you can create is you could create like a pop-up that shows like all the lights that are on. How it will be on mobile. You can actually look at this. Wait a second. Oh. How it will look on mobile. Let's see how it will look. Ooh, this doesn't work very well. Okay. Because I have this mask on there. This is how it looks on mobile. Wait. Let's swap over to desktop actually. And then I can show you here. So this is how it would look on mobile right now. So you had the rooms here. And then you have the navbar card on the bottom. And then actually, it's good that you say this. let's work on it a bit. Actually, in this, what I would do is I would take this, put a visibility, and say I don't want this to be shown on mobile because I don't need it. And then actually I kind of want the favorites. Maybe I also want to have this on mobile, so we can add this in here because this is what shows on mobile. But then instead of on 4, I just want 2 here, no? And then this way, like now, as you can see, we don't have the header anymore, and we have like our favorites here. So this is how it looks on mobile now. So this way I think it's really, really cool. You can create like responsive designs like quite easily. And I mean, this part here basically is like what you have on mobile, and then this part is what you have on like a desktop computer or something like this. Let's go back here. Did you check the minimum resolution on a tablet for your dashboard? Any suggestions for tablet model? Oh, I didn't check that. I have an iPad, like an old iPad. And I have like an iPad Pro, where I can show you how it looks. So give me a sec. But I to be honest, you probably have to adapt it based on like kind of like what screen you get. So here I can show you. So this is what it looks like on like my my dashboard on like an iPad. But yeah, it's like hard to say, hard to see. It's also not sharp. But yeah, I have another iPad that also works well with it. But yeah, I don't really have any like hard recommendations or anything. So, all right, let's go back to this. So this is basically the dashboard that we created. I think like, I mean, how long did this take now? What is it? Like 1.5 hours? Like, and that's the first page done. Like, as you can see, it's like quite, there's no excuses. And honestly, I think it's a lot of fun. I think for me, it's like the most fun what you can do basically in Home Assistant. Let's actually, like we talked about creating a page for like the lights here to show like all the lights that are on. So I want to show you how that's done. So what we can do is basically we can just like take one of these like pop-ups, and then instead these we can take away, and then we call this like lights maybe. Can change this here. Lights. Lightbook group. And then for the auto entities card here, we can just change a little bit. We can take the area out. So then it's like all the lights, no? But instead of all the lights, we only want the lights that are on. So we put state and then we put on. And then when we save this, we have a new pop-up here. And then if we go here, we can change the interaction to navigate and then do lights. And then if we save that and we press here, new pop-up with like all the lights on there. So that way it's like you can, this is why it's so powerful, no? Auto entity is super, super powerful. Bubble card, super, super powerful. Navbar card, like button card. All these things. So I think this is really, 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 really cool. Yes. Okay, one more thing that probably I would add is kiosk mode, but to be honest, whoops. So they changed like a few things. So now here, this is what you have to copy. So we can copy this. And then where you put this is you go here and you go to raw configuration editor and you put it like on top of, like I always put it like on the top. So usually what I do, the sidebar, I usually don't like to hide. So I only hide the header. Wait. And I don't always want to hide the header. I just want to hide the header when an input boolean. And mine is called debug rounded. So if this one is off, then I want to hide the header. So now if we save this, press done, and we reload this, as you can see, there's no more home here. The header is gone and we can't edit the dashboard anymore. And I think this way it looks much cleaner. It looks much cleaner on all the devices that you have. And it looks much cleaner in general, I think. And then the way you go back and you get it back, you just press E and then you type in debug. And if you turn this on, as you can see in the background, the header is back and you can edit it. And this is something that you put into here under the raw configuration editor. And yeah, that's how to build a dashboard from scratch, basically, with the custom button templates. So I actually hope this was useful. We learned a lot of things. Like we learned that we can put button cards in the top here, which I'm sure we will use 100%. We got a little bit of a sneak peek of the rooms. Will this be live recorded and posted on your channel? I see very interesting cards and buttons, but it just come into this live. Hey Trans, welcome to the live stream. To be honest, it's the first screen, the first stream that we are doing. My guess is that you have like a VOD or something that's then like on a channel, but I don't know actually. We will see what will happen. I think probably as a VOD it will live on the channel and you can watch the whole thing and look what we did. How we set up this dashboard. But yeah, I think it was a lot of fun. What do we think? Is it a success? First live stream, was it a success? Was it good? Did everyone enjoy the live stream? I learned something, so that's super good. I hope you guys learn things as well. Maybe. For me, it was really cool to see everyone interact with you a little bit. Vicky Vaya, yes, you learned something. That's super cool. Yeah, I think it was really good. I think at some point, I think we will work on a new design probably. And maybe this is something that we can do on stream together. You know, bring in some ideas, kind of like see. Maybe we can design certain cards together. We come into this stream and we say, okay, what kind of cards does everyone want? And then we just try to like, we need to kind of like see how we can make them happen. Breath Radio, you said you need more info from your running dashboard. Thank you, Raf. No worries. You need more info from my running dashboard. What kind of info do you need? I'm here. You can ask me anything. This is also what I thought this stream can be about. You just asking me like all the questions that you have, maybe going through my code or yeah. So this is what my dashboard currently looks at. Look how similar it is. Like we came quite far, no? Like we have like the favorites here. We didn't put music in for now because it takes more time, no? But we have the security part. We have a different room card. So yeah. What are you saying? It was amazing so far, Yannick. Thank you so much, Yannick. Glad you made it. So many timers, it's a nightmare. Yeah, I mean it's a lot of YAML code. It's I think let's check actually. Like let's look, but like the dashboard here is I think it's like 20,000 lines or something like this. It's like even for me who like coded it basically, like it's 40,000 lines, 45,000 lines. It's crazy, like it's crazy. But it's 45,000 lines because I was trying some stuff here. I was trying the new cards. It's a nightmare to work. So for the timers, I actually use like the timer entities. So it's a timer. You can create a helper that's like a timer. And then I use a custom sensor that has like a lot of attributes. And this is actually, there's gonna be a video about it out soon. Also, you said, I would love to see a video on your wake up alarm card in the future. So my wake up alarm, there's actually, I made a video on it. It's scheduled right now. So like if you are a member, you already have access, but it will come out, I think next week or the week after. I think next week actually. I've been working a lot. I've recorded a lot of videos. I recorded 4 videos for everyone today and I scheduled them because I said it in the beginning of the stream, I'm moving places at the end of the month. So I have to take everything down and I said, okay, I'm gonna try to produce as many videos as possible beforehand. And then I schedule them so then I have more time to do the move. And then once I did the move and set everything up again, then I can come back to like making videos in my setup again. So there is a lot of, and if you're a member, you get access to all of them like immediately, but like they come out like every week. So that's fine. So, okay. So alarm card, that's coming out. That video is done. It's uploaded. Trans, thank you so much. You're too kind. I think we will do this probably in the future again. So, because I had a lot of fun doing it and I think we learned a lot of things and I think maybe you guys had fun too. So why not do it again? So Breath Radio, do you use helpers or you can include the sensors in the configuration YAML? So I do a bit of both. So helpers I use a lot in the UI, but then if it's like a little bit more involved and like the timer sensors, they're like more involved. Because they have like different attributes and stuff, they are in the configuration YAML. So I do it in the configuration YAML. So what is the best practice you're asking? It depends. Like I think about it this way. If I need to do the same of like one, like for example, I need to do like helper 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and they're all like kind of like similar, and I want to like copy the code, then I do it in the configuration YAML. And if I just need one, I do it like in the UI. I think the UI is nice because if you want to change stuff or if you want to change an icon and stuff, this is like really, really easy to do. And I think Home Assistant is kind of like going this direction where they want you to do more and more and more in the UI. Like for example, also a lot of like integrations you have to do through the UI now that you used to do via YAML, which doesn't work anymore. And I think this is to make it like more user friendly. Do you edit inside the web editor, or is there a way to get VS Code on your machine connected to Home Assistant? So there's actually a VS Code add-on that you can use, or you can use like the file editor add-on, which I actually mostly use the file editor add-on. But what I would recommend if you want to use VS Code on your computer is actually, you can go here, I can show you actually. You can go here to add-ons and you can install this add-on. Excuse me. You can install this add-on and then you can access like your Home Assistant from like your PC and just access like the files, and then you can open the YAML in like VS Code and just like save it. So if you want to do it like on your computer directly, you could use this, and then you can like access this directly, which is also really cool, I think. I really love your dashboard. Thank you so much, Breath Radio. I appreciate it. I'm happy to see like so many people that like enjoy this, and like everyone is so kind, and like the support and everything. And like if you come and join our Discord, like I really recommend it. There's a lot of people already in it now. And share your dashboards, like share what you build with like these buttons, cards, with like the templates and stuff. I would love to see what you created, how your dashboards look like. And I think that would be really cool to make a video one day to showcase like all of your dashboards and to showcase like what you have built with like the switches and like the templates and like all that stuff. So I think, I mean, we're trying to build like a little community there. As I said, I think there's maybe like 100 people already, and like slowly people are starting to like help each other, which is, I love to see it. So if you haven't joined the Home Assistant Discord, the HR Dashboard Discord, now is a good time. Because and then yeah, send me your dashboards. Like I would love to see like what you have built with like the cards, and like, or even if you don't use the cards, you know what I mean, if you just build like your own dashboard, like it's always nice to see like what everyone has created in like Home Assistant. I think this is, as I said, I feel like I've said it before, but I think for me, dashboards and like making these custom dashboards is like the most fun that you can have in Home Assistant, basically. And Breath Radio, like maybe for you, I did record a video already about like the timers that explains everything. I think I'm editing it right now, so it will come out like, and then it will explain everything in detail. Which, yeah, it's a bit more complex, but you can get it to work. Hey, Butu Garmin, hi there. Love your dashboard. My man, thank you so much. You are too kind. Everyone has been too kind. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all the support. Everyone who like bought a pack, or everyone who commented on the videos, everyone who liked the videos, everyone who watched the videos. It's been really amazing and a pleasure to yeah, I don't know what to say. But yeah, I think maybe this is it for like first dashboard, or like for the first live stream. Maybe we will do another one in the future. Let's see how we feel about it. And let's see how the response is gonna be. I really, really liked it. I really, really liked hanging out. And I really, really like getting all the questions. And I mean, we learned a lot about a lot of things, actually. Any chance you can show us how you created the lights on badge? Or can we not just ask stuff here? Voodoo Games, you can ask stuff. You can ask stuff for sure. And we went over it. So if you go into the VOD in the beginning somewhere, we looked at the template sensor, how it's done. Basically how it's done is we expand a group, and then we take all the states that are on. We look at this state attribute and take everything that's on, and then we list it, and then we count that list. So it's quite simple. And of course you can ask stuff here. This is what it's about. This is about hanging out, working on a dashboard together a little bit, asking stuff, asking questions. And yeah, I think that was a big success and like a lot of fun as well. What is the purpose of the guest? What does it track? You mean the guest person here? It actually just tracks if I guest here. So I have like a guest mode basically, which is basically just me turning on the guest Wi-Fi. So when guest Wi-Fi is enabled, I have a guest mode, and I have a beacon, like a Bluetooth beacon that's like on my guest key. So this Bluetooth beacon is getting tracked when the guest mode is on. It's just a Bluetooth beacon, so I don't track my guests like wherever they go. I can just know if they're home or not. And then the home goes into like, how do you say? Like armed home, like this one here. It like changes. The security system unlocks and all that stuff. So that's what it's used for. So it actually works. It's not just like visual. It does work actually. Okay. Thanks a lot for everyone who like joined. Wait, let me go to the big camera, of course, no? Like to say goodbye. Thanks so much, everyone who were like both in chat. This was really, really cool to do this. Honestly, of course, I was a bit nervous before. No, you're like, oh my God, is anyone gonna show up? But it was really, really cool to interact with everyone. Thanks again for like all the support and like all the kind words. And yeah, I'm sure we will do this again at some point. And yeah, see you soon. There's gonna be a new video every Monday for like the next 7 or 8 weeks. As I said, I scheduled 3 already now, and I'm working on 4 more. And then once I move, I think there will be a lot of new content. So yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, maybe I see you in the next stream, or at least in the next video. Bye bye, have a good one, and see you soon. Thanks for watching.